let's solve Leetcode 1408, string matching in an array. Okay, so it says it's easy, so let's hope that it is. Let's make this bigger. Given an array of string words, return all strings and words that is a substring of another word. You can return the answer in any order. A substring is a contiguous sequence of characters within a string. Okay, so here's the first example, words. And as is a substring of mass, and hero is a substring of superhero, hence the expected return item is this list of as and hero. Okay. We can go over this one as well. Example 2, notice that ET is a a substring of Leetcode, and so is code. So they return both of these values. Okay, so I think we can just go over this last example. None of the strings is a substring of the other, hence they return an empty string. Okay, cool. So I think we can get started, so let's do so. Let's make this bigger. Maybe just move this off to the side. Not sure we need it. Okay. So I have an idea. So right now we have something like, well, let's open it back up. Well, let's make it up. It's fine. So there are many approaches to solve this problem. One is to use a try. So approaches. So our options are we can use a try. We can use Knuth-Morris Pratt. And another one is just basic string functions. And this approach is perfectly valid for this problem. So I'm going to go with this approach. If you would like to see any of these other approaches, let me know in the comments, and I'll make a separate video for that. But I think this problem doesn't expect more than this approach, and you'll see it's quite nice. So let's try it. So they give us, for example, they give us something like, let me see, Bluetooth, and maybe blue, and I don't know, tooth. Okay, something like this. So in the worst case, we can check every word against every other word. So that would have a time complexity of what, big O of n squared. And that may be suitable. But I think what we can do, I think we can reduce it somehow to maybe O of n. So let's, in essence, I think so. I think it may be O of n squared, but it'll just seem cleaner because we won't need 2 for loops. So my idea is to do this. Let's make this into a single string. So we'll use a join. So we'll convert this to this. We'll say blue tooth, blue tooth. And then, so now we've converted this list of strings into a single string, and then we'll loop through this. Let's just copy this down, and we'll say, let me see, for word in this, check if word is in this thing, and this, yeah, this we'll end this. And this, we'll make this a new string. Maybe we'll just call it S. And we'll just say, check is S. And then if it is, and then we'll just say, we'll just increment count, or we'll just add the word to results, because remember we need to return the words. So we need to returns the word. We need to return the words that are substrings of another word. Okay, so that's pretty basically it. So you see how it's only 4 lines? That's basically how much it'll be. Okay, let's just run through it. So let's make our new string. Our string will be, we'll call it S, and we'll say, so we'll join on a space. So join, and we'll say join words. Okay, so this is that. And now we'll perform a loop. We'll say for, I'm gonna say for W in words, and we're gonna check if, so Python has a, well, we're gonna say S dot maybe count of Python string. The Python string has a method. Python string class has a method associated with count. So it'll count how many of whatever this is located within the string. Let's maybe put the word there. And if the count is greater than 1, because remember, we know, like, for example, this W is the word blue. So if we count it, there's definitely going to be a blue there. But our goal is to find another blue. So that's what we have to check if it's greater than 1. And if it is, we just maybe we add this to our result. So we'll say maybe result dot add. No, sorry, dot append. We can do add. We'll just say append word. And then we'll say maybe do something like result equals an array or list, and we can just return it. Let's just try this locally. Return result. I may consolidate this into one line afterwards. So let's submit it. Okay, it looks beautiful. All right, so there's not much we can do to make it better, but let's try anyway. So we can probably write this in 1 line, but I'm going to write it in 2 lines. So I'm going to say something like this. I'm going to convert this to, so I'm going to move this up here, and I'm going to say for word and words, and I'm going to change this over here. So again, this isn't necessary, but I just want to show how there's how we can use our mastery of Python to maybe make this a little bit more consolidated. So return, so let's check this out. So for word and words, if s.count of word is greater than 1, and then we accept the word into our list here, then we don't really need any of this anymore. We can just check that out locally. We don't need these comments anymore as well. Okay, so I could submit it. We probably won't do as good as last time. Well, maybe we did. And if we wanted to, we could probably just take this out and put this in here if we wanted to. But for me, that's a little bit too much. Yeah, I probably would. I think this is a little bit. I think this is okay. All right, that's about it. So again, there are other approaches for this problem. This was a usage of the string functions provided by Python. Again, there are other approaches, such as we can use a try, or Newt Morris Pratt. In my mind, I probably would think this is the most appropriate, but considering how the constraints of the problem, I think the problem was rather on the easy side due to its length. But if the word length had been like the length of the words had been like 3,000, then we would have needed a different approach. But in this case, I think this is perfectly fine and suitable. Okay. If you found this video helpful or educational, please consider liking or subscribing. Other than that, have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself.